Monica.
Hey, Jeremy, look what cool blocks we have. And you know what? I need to build a tower out of them. And I think I'm going to use the base first because that's the best way.
The base? I'm not going to use the base because I don't need to use the base.
Why not? Why do you need another way?
Because there's always different ways to do different things.
Like chapter 3?
Exactly.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us in our YouTube channel. I'm Dr. Limor Carasso.
And I'm Dr. Jeremy Davis.
And we are
your DC Academic Consultants.
And this time, in this chapter, as part of our series of how to survive the dissertation process, we are proudly present Chapter 3. Chapter 3 focuses on the methods and the methodology of your research. That means there are many components you really need to take into consideration that we're going to focus in this video.
And the first component that we want to talk about is, of course, probably the most important of this, and this is your participants. Who are you wanting to get research from? It's very crucial that you figure that out early. That way you can start putting things into place to know who you need to get to. So in every school, there's going to be an IRB. So there's going to be some participants that will be approved and some participants that won't be approved. And so once we get into our IRB video, we'll be able to explain more. But just know it's very important to find your participants and know what type of participants you're looking for in order to reach the next step.
The next step is to know what type of research you really want to conduct. You can do a quantitative or qualitative or mixed methods. It all depends on really what path you're choosing to go. And while you're choosing, your choice will determine really what instrumentation are you going to use, what type of participants, and so on and so on.
And so you also want to make sure that you understand your ways to collect data. And so she talked about the instrumentation. And so you have this amazing tool that you want to use, but now what? What are you going to do next? So you have to think about ways that you want to collect your data. Will that be through surveys? Will that be through interviews? Will you be sending it to a certain group and not another group? All of that plays a role into getting your research off the ground. So you want to make sure you are specifically focusing during this time on the ways that you want to get your data from those participants.
One more point, which is very important. Okay, so you know that you need to collect data. It doesn't matter which path you're choosing, but you need to also be acknowledgeable about what are you going to do with this data? How are you going to analyze this data? Which tools are going to help you analyze the data so you can reach or answer your research questions?
And the biggest key to this is asking yourself, what does this mean? And by what does this mean, we say you've done all of this, you have your participants, you've gotten your data collection tool, you've collected the data, and now you're just sitting here looking at it and you say, well, what does this mean? And so if you really struggle with that type of thinking, we're here for you. DC Academics can help you with that synthesizing as well as analyzing. And so we want to be able to help you and guide you in that process. And you can find us at
www.dcacademicconsultants.com.
And you can also follow us on all social medias. If that is an easier way for you to reach out to us, we're more than happy to reach out to you through that. And also, please, please, please like the video,
us.
share the video, and just get us out there. So help us with the algorithm so that we can get these informational videos out to other people who may be struggling writing their dissertation.
We are here for you. Don't forget, DC Academic Consultants. Thank you so much for joining us again in this chapter. We're going to see you on our next chapter.